Hi guys, just another update from me, something else I found out on my path, my journey to empower myself and inform you. Tony Blair, it seems I reported last week before, that he was now advising the Prime Minister, 2 weeks ago I believe. There's something more really come to light here which is a little bit disturbing really. The Mirror's reporting that Tony Blair urges PM to push on with global vaccine passports. Yeah. Now this is a little bit concerning here. The very thought that we are going to have, and I'm pretty sure we will, have a global passport, but the fact that Tony Blair is actually pushing for this. Freedom of Information articles suggest that Tony Blair, since leaving government, has had just over £1 million in payment from the Houses of Parliament and government. Another little sinister one there for you. But in a report published by the Tony Blair Institute, now called the TBI, so it's getting a brand name within Parliament as far as I can see, the TBI said border restrictions were disjointed and wants the UK to put the creation of a travel pass to the G7, the Great Seven Summit, which no doubt he will be part of. Tony Blair, born in London, and Anthony Linton Blair also had records wiped. He was supposedly found soliciting a fine in a public toilet in London. Also reportedly part of a secret group, as John F. Kennedy put it, that just chooses to remain in the shadows, called the Bilderberg Group. Whether this is founded or not, I'm only just reporting what's been put towards me. Other members include David Cameron, some of the ex-MPs from the House of Lords, some of the ex-MPs, and present in the House of Commons. If you want to do a search for Bilderberg Group discussed in the House of Commons, just put it into YouTube and you will see a feed where it was actually discussed. Tony Blair has said border restrictions are disjointed. Tony Blair reportedly urged Boris Johnson. Urged Boris Johnson. He's advising. This is his advisory group. Our strength lies in our experience and expertise. Through Tony Blair and a panel of experts. Who's the panel of experts? I feel another sage coming on here. We use this now basically to advise governments. And if you don't think he's advising the governments in this country, think again. Another report here, if I can find it. Tony Blair has been advising Matt Hancock. This is an article I found from Sunday the 10th of January, when we were all locked indoors. It seems Tony Blair and Mr Hancock have been having little knitter-natters on how they're going to handle it. Matt Hancock, also supposed to be a member of the same said corporation. Tony Blair has been advising Health Secretary Matt Hancock on coronavirus pandemic strategy. It has emerged. The former Labour Prime Minister has reportedly privately offered strategic advice to the government in times of the course of the outbreak. Topics touched on the ex-Labour MP, said to include vaccine strategy and mass testing. Now, he also happened to leak that he and the government know, and they've had it all planned since the 6th of January this year, that the present lockdown 3.0 as it will be captioned, is set to last till mid-September 21. We all know that over the summer months the rate of infection will go down again because the sunlight kills it and the UV rays. Also, the heat and the vitamin D that's absorbed into the human body kills the common cold, flu viruses and SARS, as it did last year, as it has done every year on record for the seasonal flu. In September, October time, however, when the planned lockdown is supposed to end, the rate of infection will become higher. We will have a new strain, we will have a new mutant. What are we going to do then? Well, it seems that Tony Blair may be advising on all of this. He says here that he wants COVID-19 travel passes at the forefront of the 7 country club's agenda. He wants this to be top of the tree, ladies and gentlemen. He wants this to be his little brainchild. He's had over £1 million from government since leaving government, if he left at all. He is suggesting reports include details of vaccination, how if they tested positive and so forth, and it would reconnect the globe. Everyone does their own thing, which is much more chaotic and difficult to manage. So people can't do their own thing. They have to basically go with government and the agenda. He added that set standards would help ensure the safe reopening of borders, as well as help economic recovery, particularly for the travel industry. This is an interesting one here. Now, this is okay, and as Piers Morgan suggests, we should segregate everybody that's not vaccinated and put them in the bin and let them live their lives as COVID-idiots and listen to Piers Corbyn. Well, unfortunately for Piers Morgan and Tony Blair, we have a problem. Healthline and the WHO suggest that there are certain members of the world that are human beings living. They aren't COVID-idiots, they aren't anti-vax, they just cannot have the vaccine at all. Some people, it is just against their religion, and as religious beliefs have to be abided by governmental law and rule, they cannot be forced upon them, and they cannot be discriminated against because of religious grounds, disability grounds, just because they don't have a vaccine. So just how that's going to work, I do not know. The complications of immunisation, basically anybody that's pregnant, anybody under the age of 16 that's had an allergic reaction to a vaccine in the past, such as we have found out already, some people such as the doctor that died in the States from this, anybody that's had a reaction or got ill after having the flu jab, life-threatening reaction to the flu vaccine, an infant under 6 months, a child under 16, if you're already ill, young children, asthma, wheezing, pregnant women, chronic diseases, heart disease, liver disease or asthma. People with allergies, egg allergy and the flu vaccine will not be able to have the vaccine. How is this going to work then, Mr. Blair? You are urging for the global passport, so only people with a passport can travel. How does it work? Please let me know. Mr. Blair, Mr. Policeman, who I know watches my channel on a regular basis, please comment below, make yourself known, and tell me how this is going to work. Why Tony Blair is influencing our government, a late ex-Labour MP that got the country in such a shit state, who supposedly we voted out, is steering our country and advising our top ministers, including our Prime Minister, to give us a global passport, to give how many vaccines a day, to tell us when the lockdown's going to end. Is he simply a Bilderberg hiding in the shadows, pulling the strings off the puppets? I'd love to know. Anyway guys, thanks ever so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, please give me the thumbs up, please subscribe, please share with your friends and get the word out. Mr. Blair, who was supposedly soliciting in London toilets with all the fines and whatever and the records thrown away because of his affiliateship. So I'm led to believe, of course I'm non-biased and this is just an opinion from conspiracy theorists, is now steering our government. and our government is in steering of our lives. Mr. Blair. Thought we got rid of him? No, we didn't. Thanks, guys.